FHO is a lifestyle, a movement, grown folks' business.
Yo, what's up, man?
Shit, man. You thought we was playing. We on live right now. FHO is a lifestyle, a movement, grown folks' business.
God damn. It's Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
Say, man, we back, man. I know y'all like, goddamn, Cell, you bringing a number of heat all day today. Man, I just had an emotional breakdown. I was talking about how ungrateful people are to have a complaint about Rare Breed Weekend, a weekend where you got some guys that came together and put together a hell of a motorcycle event, and they had one hiccup. You had the gang out there in L.A. shut them down, but you mad at Rare Breed instead of being mad at the gang. So that was, go back early to the early podcast. You can check that out, y'all. But I'm here today with my girl, Brown Sugar, my new in-studio guest.
One and only.
Doing her
HD
thing.
Glamour.
HD Glamour in the building, man. And she's going to be staying with us for the weekend until she head on back down her way, just racking up them miles. Racking up them miles. You think you half-ass slick, too, don't you?
You told me I had to get them.
So she been getting them in, man. So we left off, Don, at part two. No, day two.
Day two.
So I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna let you go and kick off day three. So how does day three start?
Day three. We got to LA on day three, huh? Mm-hmm. Which means we.
Remember we went to the bike night.
Oh yeah, niggas don't have no jobs. Wednesday night, it had to be 10,000 people out there on a Wednesday night.
Was that the most people you ever seen?
That's not only the most people I ever seen, other than at like a roundup, which calls for more people, but just on a regular bike night, absolutely the most people I've ever seen.
Black Knight, shout out to Black Knight.
That chicken was good, but I didn't get my fries. I'm coming back for that.
I just cussed their ass out earlier about that. They gonna serve me. How you gonna short me? I'm the man that ain't never supposed to be shorted. They shorted me, my little old chicken and fries, man. Big O, you need to make that right, man. For real, you need to make that right. So day three, though, let's talk about the ride. We left Arizona.
Yeah.
That for day three, because we had a short ride that day.
It was hot though.
I made sure.
I know. See, I thought he was slick, y'all. He hadn't had enough of everybody's shit. But he said, I'll take care of that shit today. Ride their asses through this desert.
That part.
They want some sleep, I'm going to let them sleep.
Mm.
And they're going to see what sleeping late does.
That part. I gave everybody the option.
Absolutely.
Well, we on about 11 or 12. Oh, okay. Y'all know we in Phoenix and got to go through the desert. So let me ask you this. Day 3, too, is the day we came through the California border. See, you've got, how did, seeing that California border, just seeing that, knowing that you, little old you, beautiful woman, they've been all over the world, military, because see, really, you don't think it would really be exciting for you because you've been, you done travel. You done lived in different places and done traveled. So how was doing it on a motorcycle? How was that different?
Traveling is one thing, visiting places is another, but actually living.
Yeah.
Living for me, that was doing something that I desired to do, something that I longed to do, and never in a million years would I thought I've done it on two wheels. Okay. It was a long journey, and to finally reach the border of California, I kind of shut down on the inside just so that I can let my emotions do what they were supposed to do, and that was to feel victory. Crossing the California border was epic for me. This whole trip was epic, but that that very moment, I tried to duck and hide behind the guys so nobody could see me crying. I didn't want anybody to think that, my emotions had got the best of me, but I enjoyed the moment. Every tear that fell, I enjoyed.
So you leave Arizona, we're going through the desert, and I think me and you were talking in the headset, and one of the things you was like is like, wow, it's absolutely nothing out here. I mean, it's just on both sides, just nothing but. And you know what? And I'm gonna say this too about this trip. We really didn't see that many police.
No.
The whole trip. I don't think we really saw that many police.
The ones we saw were just like.
And that's what I kept telling everybody too. As long as we stay in the pack, no matter what speed we're doing, not if we just, obnoxious with the speed, but as long as we stay in the pack, then, they won't, pull us over and harass us or anything like that. So here it is. You leave more desert. That night before we had a hell of a night. But also, too, we got a chance to get in the pool, relax a little. Nice shower, chill. We were full. And we had a nice day because we ended up getting back in the pool in the morning once she heated it up or whatever, and that was cool. I definitely needed that. And then we did the little round table, took up a donation for the people at the house. I think we raised came up with like $200-something.
Yeah, it looked like $240, $260 something.
And gave them, before we left. And from there, we just hit the desert again, kind of got through that. It wasn't that bad because it was only, 300 miles or so.
It wasn't that bad. Maybe the distance wasn't that bad, but the shit that came with it, like the heat. Oh, yeah. But again, you either complain about it and make it that much, more bad on you, or you just roll with it.
So, here it is, the Magical Mirage, California State Border Patrol checked the whole 9 yards. Is that natural for us to get nervous?
Yes.
Why? You ain't getting nothing. You just ride your motorcycle.
The skin I'm in is natural.
I'm just saying, you just ride your motorcycle.
Hell, sometimes we just walking down the sidewalk. I mean, and then nerves can also be, misconstrued as excitement too.
Yeah.
For me, it was more probably excitement than anything. Y'all don't understand. Leaving Atlanta, Georgia on the motorcycle, on your way to California, a lot of things go through your mind. You just hope to reach California. And to see that sign right in front of me, if I could have climbed it, I would have.
Is the almanac over there? Look over there and see if it's an almanac over there. It might be, but move those black things around just to see. I want to see something if it's over there. I thought I had one over there. No? And then a map book almanac and nothing over there? Is it? No? Okay. I'm going to go get that because I want you to see it. I want you to look at a map of the world, and I want you to see where you started at and where you went to. And that's the part that's going to amaze you. And I might even put a big one up in here one day.
Oh, I already told my grandson he's got a map on his wall at home.
Yeah.
When I get home, we putting stickers on every state. Every state down across. We marking because I want him to know, I did that.
Yeah.
So he can see once he learns how big these United States really are, that his nana actually rode from coast to coast on her motorcycle.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was there ever a time that you ever thought you couldn't do it, or that, I'm just talking, I'm really not going to do it?
No. I put my trust in you, Sal.
Yeah.
I mean, it was easy to because you didn't leave anything out. You said just keep checking the videos. And I did.
Okay.
So if there was a time when I got nervous, I called you. I reached out to you. I asked questions, or I just watched one of the videos, and that took away that anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're on a trip, California border pull up. You see that, you make it past the border, we stop for the California state sign.
Yeah.
At what point do you say, wow, this is it actually when we get there and we go to the event, or was it crossing the border, or was it the desert? I mean, at what, because see, for me, I think for me, once I hit Arizona, that's California to me.
What happened? I don't know if you noticed when you pulled off for us to stop by the sign. It took me a minute to get off that bike.
Okay.
I sat there for a second. And everybody's getting off, and you was like, "We here?" I was like, "Okay, yeah." But when I got off my bike and just stood there on ground,
yeah.
God dang.
But you been to California before though, so
Hell, I used to live there, but I
yeah.
ain't get there like that.
Yeah.
It didn't come with a dream and a wish.
Okay.
You know, it was a part of my life at the time, but that was hopes, dreams, and wishes. That's what that came with.
What do you remember? And I think one of the most exciting times I had with you too was trying to show you the windmills when you got a chance to see the windmills, and you got a chance. Did you ever see how big one of them?
That was probably the best part about the whole windmill thing, because you had told me over and over that you should see one of those propellers on the 18-wheeler. And
yeah.
Finally saw one on the 18-wheeler, and yeah.
Wow.
It just goes with the trip. It may not be exciting to some, but it is to me. And the miles and miles of windmills.
Yeah.
They were blowing me all over the damn road, but hey, it was nice to see it. Nice to experience.
Yeah, yeah. So we come through there. We end up in IE for the bike night Wednesday night. You in LA, you on LA soil. Did the atmosphere or did the environment ever change? Like, yeah, I know I'm in LA. I know I'm in Cali. Or did the scenery, like, the certain scenery, like, well, yeah, this is Cali or this is LA.
The environment changed every move we made.
Yeah.
From saying, okay, if we're going to this bike night, let's go to actually getting there. When we got there, I was on nerves.
Okay.
Not afraid, but nervous because it was going to be a new experience for me. It was going to be, it's the unknown. It wasn't fear of the unknown, but nerves of the unknown. But the more, I walked around and kind of just looked at people just glad to be out there, to be loving what they're doing and having a good time and fellowshipping. It was, literally thousands of people just fellowshipping.
Yeah.
Wearing their different colors, Some know each other, some don't. Some would speak as if they've been knowing each other for years and find out they were just meeting that night.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of damn people on a Wednesday night sale.
That was a lot of people?
Yeah.
That's the Black Knights, man. IE, man. That's how they get out.
I still got messed up with my chicken and fries.
Shout out to my man Sarge and them, the UPS down in Jayville, Florida, man. While they sort the mail out, they got FHO on. Guys, I love you. I appreciate you guys' feedback. I appreciate you guys' energy. And I damn sure appreciate y'all handling that mail, man, because up here in Atlanta, they got the mail toe up, man. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, shout out to all my postal workers, all my government all my government workers and all that. I know underpaid and what is that? It's called underpaid and underappreciated. So it is what it is, but shout out to them as they listen. So at what point, we get to the bike night or we getting ready? Are you nervous getting ready for the bike night?
Yeah, that's why I was late. Yeah, I don't want to mess around and be late with Sal. When he ready to go, he ready to go.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I was nervous about it. What people don't know about LA can make them nervous about LA.
Yeah.
What people don't know about the West Coast motorcycle community, they don't know about it. So I just had to trust and believe that I was with a real G.
Is that what they call it, a real G?
No, I knew I was okay, but yeah, that's just the truth. That's what had me running late. I just thinking about what was getting ready to happen next and what it was going to be like when we got there.
Even with me telling you and preparing you, hey, this is going to be a big event, did you really think it was going to be a big event?
I couldn't gauge it. I had to see it for myself. I couldn't gauge it because a big event, if you've never been to one that big, you might have thought that you've been to the biggest event you ever been to. But, it was big more so in, not just in size and numbers, but big deal because it was who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So as a first timer, first time yonder getter, on your motorcycle, you're female, you're surrounded by all these different dudes that you don't know. You're out here doing things that you got your own inner fears, inner demons, inner goals, and everything that you're trying to accomplish. And then we pull up to a hotel and we're talking about sharing rooms and all that. How hard was that for you?
That wasn't so difficult for me. And that goes back to the fact that I said earlier that I've had humble beginnings, so we've known that you got to share. Sometimes you got to cut costs, or you got to just make things simple so that you can get where you're going.
Okay.
It make no sense to go and try to stay in $100 room by myself and make my brothers and sister pay $100 when we can all split that cost because we're just getting some rest so we can keep it pushing.
Yeah.
And I mean, the things that come with doing that, getting to know each other, having some laughs, a lot of stuff come from being close.
Okay.
Cutting costs, the payoff is more than just that. You save money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time that you feel like maybe you intruding or maybe you wasn't welcomed or anything?
I never felt like I was intruding. I was never violated. I was, it was all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was all good.
So, hold on. Hold on. It's the burglar. What up, burglar?
What's going on with you, man?
Man, I'm live, man. I got my girl Dawn in here, Brown Sugar, man. We talking about this trip, man.
What's up, Joe?
That's not burglar.
Okay.
That's the burglar.
Oh, the burglar. I thought you said, what's up, burglar?
What's up, sir?
What you stealing?
I ain't making no noise.
She said you the burglar. What you stealing, man? What you stealing?
Yeah, right. No, I take a little something.
Hey, well, let me get back to this podcast, burglar. I appreciate you for calling, big homie.
All right, man. Hey, give a shout out to my man Snake, man.
Oh, there it is there, man. Shout out to my man Slick, man. Listen here, man. The burglar is my partner. That's my brother. Kill him dead if you play with him. So it's official, Slick, man. Do your thing, man.
All right, I'll get back.
Later. So, yeah. So when you go through, transitions like this in life and you make the decision to go to that next level, I'm going to take the ride, I'm going to do this, I'm going to cross into California. You dealt with stuff that you didn't really think you were going to have to deal with, the heat and the different terrains up and down. My biggest question I like to ask people is, they always say, your ghetto ain't no different than my ghetto. Did you see anything, any city, any state, was it anywhere different than where you used to see it? Like, did the houses look different? Was the roads different? Was the people look funnier or?
Every ghetto is different.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
Because we come from different dynamics. What happens in your hood may happen in my hood, but it's going to happen from different places.
Okay.
Because, yours might have happened because your mom and daddy was alcoholics. Mine might have happened because my mom and daddy, just was who they were. But we still might be in the same low income situation. But
Yeah.
black folks the same all around the world. But yeah, I think our ghettos are different.
Did it look different? Did it smell different?
Hell, everything in California look different from everything everywhere. California ought to be its own country.
They've been trying to do that too, separate California, man.
Yeah.
Trying to put it together. So we at the bike night. You getting show love. You going around. You're doing this and doing that, meeting people and different things like that. How exciting was that?
That was real exciting. I was quite nervous too. I guess when you said, "Come on with me," I want you to meet some people. I got a little nervous, and I think the first person that I met that really kind of caught my attention and got my adrenaline going was Punchy.
Yeah.
Because, I've been hearing about Big Punchy. I've been checking out who Big Punchy is. And when you introduced me, he was just a regular old dude, He was polite and he was funny.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, again, meeting a star, meeting a superstar.
Yeah. Good people, man. Good
Yeah.
people. So bike night is over. We get back to the room. We got to get up Thursday, and we head into Cali. Was there any traffic issues? Did you get nervous about any of that?
I didn't. Still, I honestly, I just took you for your word from the get go.
Yeah.
And I just did what you told me to do. Trust you.
Yeah.
It worked out for me. I know there are those that may have had issues, complaints, bitches and gripes, but it all worked out for me from start to finish.
Boom. We in LA, we in Carson. Now you get a chance to unpack, unwind,
Yeah.
and really relax.
Yeah.
What do we do Thursday? What do we do Thursday?
Thursday. We chilled Thursday. Well, we tried to. We was trying to get me a phone.
Yeah.
And spent 3 hours at Verizon.
Was that Thursday?
Yeah.
That was Thursday.
Because it was supposed to have been at the hotel that morning.
Yeah, sure was. Yeah.
We chilled. We chilled on Thursday.
Okay. Called us a bike washer. My boy came out and washed bikes and everything. Got everything situated. So then we got up Friday, and that's when they took us on a tour of the city. Huh?
Yeah. Now that was exciting for me.
Yeah.
I woke up Friday morning ready to go. Ready to go. I mean, I was tired. I was sore, but I knew what I was getting ready to see. Soul Brothers.
Yeah.
Was everything about the time that they gave us. It doesn't go unnoticed. It's greatly appreciated. That's a lot of time in a man's day, period, to spend with people.
Yeah.
There's so many of us that had that dream of being able to go down to the marathon, to go down to the Nip spot, for the way we love Nip.
Yeah.
And I just share with my Facebook friends, it's a feeling. You won't understand it unless you were there. It had to be your dream to be there. So for them to take us there and let us just spend as much time as we needed there to take it all in.
Yeah.
Even just driving the streets of LA, to take it all in as you're going, it's like, really, I'm rolling through LA on my motorcycle. Like I just do this.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yeah.
So it was a lot to take in. It was a great experience, and I'll remember it for the rest of my life.
Wow.
For sure.
Yeah, again, shout out to them Soul Brothers, man. My man Chiz and them escorted us, led the way. Took us by the new stadium. The new stadium looked like it's going to be a beast.
Yeah.
Look like it's going to be a beast. The new stadium they building right over there in Inglewood.
And a chance to go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Yes. The food was great. The service was great. And the opportunity to just say, yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
I was able to share Facebook Live with my sister and show her where I was at. So even she was excited. Like she was on vacation with me in LA. So
yeah. That's cool. So we did that, and then you get to Venice Beach.
Oh my goodness. Highlight. Another highlight, because I got to experience Venice Beach with no worries or cares. Got on the bicycle, y'all.
Yeah.
And pedaled my way down Venice Beach, enjoying it the way you should have.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Appreciate that, Stell. Even though you gave my bicycle away.
Say, man, I called you. You said you was moving and pushing, and I rented 4 or 5 bikes, and everybody took it. I definitely didn't even get mine.
Yeah.
The one I rented. So
I was so excited. Walking by Queen, she said, "Your big brother got you a bike back there." I turned around so fast, y'all. Got down there. He said, "Oh, too late." But FHO got some good people hanging out with us, and D, thank you. Shout out to you from Chicago. He got us a bike, and we went riding.
Yeah. That's cool. So we got a chance to ride on Venice Beach. Got a chance to do that. Then we ended up at the dealership, Bartell's, and hung out there for a minute, and then we handed that back to the hotel. And that was our Friday for the most part.
Got that Highway 1 patch.
Got the Highway 1 patch, huh?
Thank you, Scrap.
So now, with all of this being taken in, I mean, you're here, girl from Atlanta originally, from Atlanta. You're here, you're on your motorcycle. You're watching the people look at you. You look at different people. You're watching all these other people on these motorcycles. You're hearing motorcycles. That's one thing I can tell you about California that I love. It's just hearing motorcycles.
I love it.
Whether we sitting here talking and just, you don't really hear that, here in Georgia. I don't know about Florida, but you don't really hear that sound with motorcycles. But in California, that motorcycle is, they ride motorcycles in California.
Mm-hmm.
You know that for a fact. So now let's talk about the angle of would you do this trip, or would you have done this trip by yourself?
Not only would I not have, I couldn't have.
Okay.
I lacked the knowledge, the experience, the wherewithal, everything dealing with what you put out. I would have not have been able to take that trip without that information.
Yeah.
I probably would have been out in the desert right now, somewhere dead, if I had taken that trip based off of what I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much based off how much of it was different? Because you've been riding now. How long you been riding?
7 years.
So you've been riding for 7 years.
Yes.
What did you learn about your 7 years of experience?
Learning how to ride is what I did learn. You know, I was blessed to have some old guys to just teach me about the road. You know, but distance.
Yeah.
And that temperature.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't get that far, Sal.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned to know my bike, trust my own, my own skills. But you got to know that you got skills. You can't just say I know how to turn this corner. You got to know small things. Where you look is where that bike is gonna go.
Yeah.
Every curve ain't the same curve. Hell, every pothole ain't the same pothole. So
I noticed too a lot of times, man, when you would hear people say stuff or you hear different comments, they would affect you. For you, why was stuff so critical to you? Because you always say you ain't sure, and you would say big brother, and I'd be like, man, just have fun. That's all I kept telling you to. Don't worry about it. Have fun. Don't worry about it. Have fun.
I'm a little different. I start with the beginning and I go forward. Some people just started in the middle.
Yeah.
So with me from the beginning, you had given so much to us before we ever rode.
Okay.
So I was a little bit irritated.
Yeah.
I was in my feelings every time somebody had issue with what was going on out there.
Okay.
Because I started from the beginning, and for me, it was a problem. I mean, not a problem like I'm mad with people, whatever, but it was like, come on, you got to appreciate that this didn't start in the middle of this ride.
Okay.
It started in November.
Yeah.
So you got to appreciate Sale a little bit more than just, okay, now I'm on this ride. This ain't going my way. Now I'm feeling some kind of way about it. You got to humble yourself. That word will forever be a part of my vocabulary.
Yeah.
Because it works for me. Yeah.
Because I always tell you, Baker, don't worry about it. Let it go. Let them have that. Let them say this. Let them say that. It is what it is. But the biggest thing was, what did you expect to get out of this ride? What were you expecting?
First of all, I was definitely expecting to make it to California.
Okay.
And back. To make that clear. I expected to make it back home safely. I expected not to have any incidents of my own personal. No falls, no spills, I expected not to have my attitude adjusted because you made that clear. I expected to meet new people, make good friends, and see things I never thought I'd see before in a way that I'd never see it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can travel cross country with a windshield, 4 doors all day long. But on your motorcycle, it's totally different. It feels different.
Yeah.
So I got some good stuff.
Were any expectations blown out the water, or were they some set too low or some set too high?
The excitement for me was over the top.
Yeah.
The entire trip. I didn't have any lows. I didn't have any, I wish this would have happened, or I wish I could have gotten this out of the trip, because I didn't set expectations. My goal was to go and have a good time. And whatever gave me that good time, I accepted it, even in the parking lot.
Yeah.
We didn't do nothing. We just spent time laughing and talking.
Getting drunk in the parking lot.
Well, like there aren't a lot of females that smoke cigars.
Yeah.
I do. I didn't feel uncomfortable. The guys didn't make me feel like, okay, she just drunk. That's what I do.
Yeah.
They welcomed me, made sure I had a stogie when I needed one. But yeah, they got me drunk.
I don't know. One of the biggest things too that I really did love about this trip was how once I got everybody comfortable with accepting everybody and just comfortable with understanding that we all we got, and it just started flowing. Where there was no, because one thing I said in the beginning of this trip is that, hey, whether you wear FHO patch or not, you will be treated the same.
Absolutely.
You will be demanded the same. You will be hollered at the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you will be asked of the same thing. And I think I did pretty good with that. Nobody was put higher or lower on a pedestal or whatever it may have been. But by the time we got to LA, the jail had already started, you know, gelling and molding. So everybody at that point had basically just started being able to trust, okay, well, I can trust her, or, you know, she cool this, she cool that. And, you know, it started just coming together. I think that was pretty awesome how that all came together and worked out. And
yeah. Even as the newest member, and I mean, y'all, I was brand spanking new. I showed up on the weekend before this trip on Monday, and bam, there it was. But even being the newest member, I couldn't tell the difference between people you had just met and people you had known all along because of the way you extended yourself and, you know, your love as, yeah, we're all one big family on this ride. And it's going to stay that way, I believe. So. Yeah.
Do you, people, you know, some people say that I charged people to take them on this ride.
You should have charged them.
I should have?
Yeah.
Hey, man. But anyway, I guess, like I said, I put myself out there because I just wanted you guys to have fun. I want you guys to go in wherever you want to go. Like the one girl wanted to go to Watch Towers, to go see the Watch Towers.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to make sure she got there, and, you know, Nipsey Hussle and the whole 9 yards, man. So that's what it was. If you had to re-prepare for this trip as though it was the first time, what would you change?
I don't know if I change anything, Sal.
Okay.
I mean, and I don't care what none of the haters, the lovers, or anybody say. You did your damn thing. You prepared us well.
Okay.
That's just it. You knew I was a newbie.
Yeah.
I ain't had no spills. I ain't had no problems. And anything that didn't go right ain't had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
So that's what's up.
How expensive was this trip for you?
It wasn't that expensive.
Yeah.
No.
Was it? Yeah.
The money you told me I needed and I would come back home with, I did that and some.
Wow.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
And then I taught you too how we do the tag team thing for gas when you're on those trips.
It make it easier on your brain. You know, I can't imagine the stress of pulling up to a pump every stop and you keep trying to figure out what am I spending. We all need gas. You go in there and pay for the gas.
Yeah.
We fill up. Next time it's on me. That was the best.
Yeah.
I really like that gas sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. And my whole thing was just for you to teach everybody how to build a bond of trust and and let it go as far as it's not just about you know.
Right.
Because it's irrelevant. We all doing the same thing, going the same place.
Yep.
So it was real cool. But day 4 and 5, 3 and 4, 4 and 5 as we progress, just different things are happening. At what point during these day 3, 4, and 5 do you say, hey, like wow, hey? I mean, you know, that wow moment.
Sal, I had a wow moment like a couple of times every day though.
Yeah.
I mean, for me this was just all out, once in a lifetime kind of deal. So everything that we did was wow for me. Yeah.
Being a mother, being away from your son, you know, your grandson, whatever.
Yeah.
How did that play a factor?
I had to prepare myself mentally for that because, you know, we've never been apart this long and we got shit going on that's neither here or there right now. But I knew I needed the break and I had to take full advantage of it because I knew he was in good hands. After I lost my phone,
what that is?
I was like, well, you know, I ain't got no phone to call him, but I do have a phone to call him. So as long as I was able to hear his voice, I knew that it was my time to enjoy life a little bit because all this shit that's going on gonna be here when I get back. So,
did it ever at any time? Did it ever kind of overwhelm you? Like, hey, I should be at home instead of here.
No, my support system. Thank you, family. is great.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, before coming now, I almost changed my mind, and it was because of him.
Yeah.
And they said, "You have to go."
Wow.
They said I had to go, so I came.
Yeah. How much more of a better rider you think you are now from taking this journey than before you left last week, left your house?
Mentally, I'd have to say I've increased my riding abilities by 100%.
Okay.
Physically, I'd have to give myself another 100% because the weather was a beast.
Yeah.
And just riding with people you never rode before, it causes you to think deeper about what you're doing. You got to care for everybody.
Yeah.
Not just like I'm doing my thing, I'm standing. You got to make sure what you do don't cause somebody else to get hurt. You got to make sure what you do doesn't cause anybody to misunderstand what your next move is. So I think that I'm a much better rider now than I was before we took off.
Wow.
Appreciate you.
Hey, appreciate you for coming. Talk to the women. Tell them what they got to do. Tell them why they should, if this is what they want to do, to get out there and do it and how to do it. And
ladies, I'm going to tell you, if you're going to ride that motorcycle, you gotta try this type of stuff because it's going to make you more independent. If you want to just go somewhere and you don't have anybody to go with you, the streets can be, rough out there for us on these motorcycles. But if we ride them with confidence, I think that, people will leave us alone. They won't bother us. They won't try us. They'll be like, she out there doing a thing, and they'll stay their distance. But a confidence builder, this definitely was for me. So, ladies, I tell you, do it. If you don't go all the way to California, hell, go to Texas. Do something that puts you on the map, and then you can do anything.
wow, there it is there. Well, again, there's a lot of stuff in there in between that was going on, and I couldn't document everything. But I really want you guys to just hear Dawn and just hear her experience, her journey, and to give it to you because, again, I can preach it to you, I can preach it to you, I can tell it to you, even show it to you. But until you actually take it for yourself, and be like, okay, wow, this was Sale was talking about, this was Sale was this. Until you take it for yourself and experience it, you'll never know.
And I had a lot of silent moments like that. Or either I would chime in on the headset and tell you, that's what you said, Sale, I had a lot of moments in my head on that journey where I would say, damn, that's what Sale was saying. That's what he said. This is going to be like this. This is going to happen. And it did.
Yeah.
And it did.
Question on the YouTube is, how many riders took and made that trip to Cali, guys? Over 40 at one period of time, but a solid 30 plus was with us at all times as we took the trek to Cali. So it was cool. But so, do it again? Yes or no?
I laugh every time you hear that question. You asking me, should you do it again?
No, I'm asking you, would you do it again?
Hell yeah, I'll do it again.
Okay.
Yes. I'll do it again.
You think you're skilled enough to do it by yourself now?
No.
You still don't think you're skilled?
No.
Well, I haven't done my job then.
It's not that you haven't done your job.
If you don't think you're skilled enough to do it by yourself, that means I haven't done my job.
No. That's not what it means, Seth.
That's not what it means?
That's a ride you need some good company for.
Oh, okay. So you got to have some company.
You ain't got to, but it's one you need some good company for. I do it by myself, no problem. As long as I don't lose my phone.
Don't lose that phone.
I take it, yeah. As long as you keep some good communication with somebody, it's a ride. Ladies, you can do it.
Yeah.
I do it.
How was it to meet
Probably
Sunshine Rogers?
different time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to be careful with a different time of year, too. It's even worse. Did you know Sunshine Rogers before you met her in person?
I was checking Sunshine out on the internet, and I reached out to her prior to the trip and told her that I was excited to get a chance to meet her, and I was. For me, it's just it's the moment in time that I get to add to my life's journey to say, hey, I met a great 40,000 miles in a year.
Yeah, on a motorcycle.
And she's still out there doing it. It was awesome. Shout out to you, Sunshine, for being so kind. She's a sweet lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. We shared a moment for breakfast one morning, and she kept me encouraged too. You know, it didn't take a whole lot of conversations. It just took a few here and there. I believe in myself a little bit more because of her too. So yeah, shout out to you, Sunshine.
Well, there it is, there, man. My girl Dawn Brown Sugar, HD Glamour, doing the thing, giving you guys a real solid, positive perspective on getting yonder, how to pick the right people to ride with, keep you, we got some company to ride with. So let me ask you this, though, now. Being in a relationship, how do you think this would affect the relationship if your husband or your mate doesn't ride and you want to ride? You tell him, when I get home, hey, well, and next month we leave and going to Oakland for East Bay Dragon. I'll be going another 10. How does that affect
Your mate got to be sure of what you like, before you make that thing solid.
Yeah.
They got to be sure of your aspirations. They got to be sure of your dreams before you make that thing solid. And they got to be open and understand, like, we're going to do things along the road. Like, hey, it's me. I'm the only female. Yeah. I got to share a room with these dudes.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Trust is one thing, but insecurity is another. You can't trust me.
Would you share that with a? You think a lot of females would share that with their mate? Hey, I'm the only female. I'm finna share a room with 5 dudes.
You can't be my dude if you don't understand that that's gonna be something that's gonna happen in my life, because you can't be my dude if you don't trust me.
Okay.
And if you're insecure, then we can be buddies.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It can cost you a relationship, but that's something that you have to know before you go. But you only live once, so there's just some things that you can't let somebody stop you from doing.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Like I said, I've had a hell of a day, hell of a night. Still haven't gotten any rest, and got a long day tomorrow, a long weekend Saturday. R.I.P. to my man Bag. So, just wanted to bring her on, my sis, and let her know. First time she set out to do it, I told her bring her confidence.
Yep.
Bring your motorcycle and best as it can, and the rest I'm gonna do. And you'll see that how easy it is and how hard it is. But it's a give and take, man. That yonder. It's a love thing, You some days you're gonna be in love with it, and some days you're gonna hate to be in love with it, but it's still yonder, man.
Yep.
So, anyway, sis, I appreciate you. I love you. Everybody that's watching IG, YouTube, check out all of my latest videos. I just loaded up since I've been home. I'm still working on one with all the different pictures and the videos of the trip. So stay tuned for that, man. It's your boy Big Cell FHO'H, and I love you. Me and Don, man.
And my friends, check it out on my Facebook. I've shared those videos for you who don't go to YouTube, IG. Check them out on my Facebook, and enjoy.
That part right there, man. Well, as always, man, it's your boy.
God damn. It's Big Cell. What that mouth do besides tell the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
Say, man, I love you. Enjoy. Happy 4th of July for everybody. I hope you had a good time, and trying to get back to normal program tomorrow for those that got to get back to normal program. Whatever it is. If you was working today, I hope you made that time and have double time, triple time. But it is what it is, man. So, love you. Stay tuned for just more to come for FHO. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell to be notified when I go on. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Just fuck it. Just grab their phone and just log in and hit the subscribe button.
And send some money.
And the donations are always welcome, man. So, PayPal, FastHarleysOnly@gmail.com. FastHarleys with an S only @gmail.com. Cash App, $FHO'HNIC. Appreciate you in advance. Thank you. I love you. It's your boy Big Cell, man. And we go on, man. Peace.
FHO is a lifestyle, a movement, grown folks' business. It's your boy, Big Cell, FHO'S HNIC, Mr. Him Be Everywhere.